Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Christine, and today we are going to do something a little bit different. We are going to be doing an unboxing video. On Prime Day this last month, I actually went and purchased my NUTRIMILL Classic that I've been wanting for a few years now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up and we're going to run the first batch through, and then I'm off and running. So I just thought I'd bring you along on the process, so come on with. Okay, first things first, let's get my stuff out of the way. So I just have my hard red wheat berries is what I've decided to use to do some milling. But I know that you have to actually just get rid of the first batch. But I'm so excited. I have been waiting for this. It was such a good deal on Prime Day. So let's do this. I was talking with a few people about my channel, and here we go. Thank you for your purchase. And I guess I didn't realize that NUTRIMILL and Bosch are kind of the same company, I guess. But I did a lot of research. I know that the other NUTRIMILL, like the wood grain one, is really cute. But from what I've seen, everybody said to get the classic. So I'm trying to keep it simple. Let's get that out of the way. Let's tip this back up. And so it actually has a limited lifetime warranty also, which was another great thing that I was interested in. And I've been making my own bread for so long. So, whoops, this is what it looks like. And you can see it's really simplified. There's two different things, and there's a bin that the flour goes into. So here's the classic. Let's get it out of the box. Look at this. It's got the paperwork, user guide, etc. All the different parts and pieces. Looks like a little filter, I think, that goes in that the separator cup. So we'll go over that as we go along. But here she is. Oh my. This has been a long time coming. Gosh, I've been making my bread, like I said, for so long. So let's see what it's looking like. So I see it's got like a retractable cord on the back. Let me get rid of this box. Retractable cord on the back, and so I don't know, I'm gonna have to look through. This bowl comes out, so I'm assuming once I get this all unwrapped very carefully. All right, there's that piece, and then this bowl is separate. And they basically want you to prime it. Okay, so here is the little filter that goes in the top. And then it has a notice on here. This lid can be sticky the first few times it is used because of its composite rubber sealing ring. This durable compound naturally grips when it's new. To make it easier to open and close, simply dust the seal with fine flour or cornstarch to break its grip. Okay, I'm gonna keep that to the side with the paperwork, the extra one. And yeah, all right. So let's see. So I know it's like a slip, like a turn to the side and open. I might have to have my husband open it because I don't have good grip with my hand. So yeah, I'm gonna have to have him open this for me, so don't mind. But you actually just turn it and then it slips out. So let's concentrate on that in a minute. And then the top just slips off, and then it's telling you to do not grind oily grains, oat seeds, nuts, sugars, or spices in this. So this is not a spice mill. And I actually always use an old coffee grinder to grind my spices, which you'll see a video on that. And then as far as oily grains, I would have to look that up, what they consider oily grains, And then you cannot do oats in this either. So this is not an oat mill. You can actually just use like a regular Vitamix or Ninja or what have you. This is not a seed mill. This is only specifically for wheat berries, which is what I have. Like I said, I have my hard red wheat berries. So I'm excited to get this up and going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it. My husband's on the phone right now, but I'm going to go over and have him open this for me, and then we'll see what's inside here, and then I'm going to get this floured or cornstarched, I think, like they suggested. So give me a minute and I'll be right back with this open. So here I went over by my husband and he ended up opening it for me. So you can see the little notches that slip right into place, and it has this rubber ring around it. So I can see what they mean, that you kind of need to season it. So I'm going to get this all washed up, and then this cup comes right off. It's got like, you can't really mess it up. It's got like notches to show how exactly it fits. And then, yep, that kind of pops off. And then there was that knob on the back. So it just locks this part into place. And so we'll put it all back together. But right now I'm just going to run a damp cloth over the main mechanism, and then I'm actually going to physically wash these other pieces. And then we'll get this knob back in and on, so this bottom part is locked in. Actually, I really like that, so that you can maybe store it down in a smaller size. That's kind of neat. So, and it specifically says right on this front part, do not immerse in water. So you can see that you just need to take a damp cloth, or they actually said like a brush of some sort, and just kind of go over the pieces. You know, this will be the cleanest that it will ever be. And yeah, and you just kind of go over it like after your first session. So I'll be right back once I have this all cleaned up. Okay, everything is washed and cleaned and thoroughly dried. So I actually found one more piece that I didn't really know about, but let's get this all pieced back together. So right now I have the bowl that I actually had the hard time opening up, because that's what they made you aware of on this top sticker, that it does basically stick. So I grabbed some cornstarch out, and we're just going to do that. We're going to do it right in the bowl here. But first things first, so this was another piece. So if you can see these notches, there's 1, 2, 3 notches that goes into the bowl that the flour goes into, and it just can only go so far. So you just place that in there, and that's ready to go. Next things next, I'm going to take a little bit of cornstarch just by hand and just kind of go over the edges. And cornstarch is basically like, let me get a spoon out, basically like baking soda, etc. That's kind of what it feels like. So I'm actually just going to stick some in the bottom here, because we're going to discard that first batch. And I'm just going to go over that rubber gasket and kind of get it seasoned. And it should help with the seal not sticking. I mean, I could not budge it at all. And not that I have the greatest hands, but yeah, so I'm just kind of going over that rubber gasket all the way around. And then what happens is, let me just wash my hands real quick. Okay, so as you can see, I kind of have the edge filled with the cornstarch. I'm just leaving that out in case I need it. And it has 2 notches that need to slip back into the notches on the edge here. So what I'm going to do is, actually, let me get this on first, this cup. And that just slips right on, and you can see the notches that the cup has on it. Let's see, right there, it's got that little extra notch, and that just clips right on. So I'm going to set this down, and you'll feel it kind of secure down. Oh yeah, that makes it way easier, okay. And then you slide it into place, and then it secures it. And then, so let's check it. Oh yeah, that's way easier now that the cornstarch is there. Okay, I think that's really key. I think I'm happy that they said to do that. So now I'm going to get this filter back in place, and it just basically sits there. You just kind of put it on the top. And then let's get this part put back together, because I had taken it apart with this screw, and then it actually has like a lock symbol on it. So I'm going to flip this over and set it on top. And then what I'm doing is I'm lining up the hole. You can kind of see that this has a hole and this has a hole. And it just is going to sit there. And then this will fit in only one way. It's got the 2 notches on the sides that go 2 notches there. And then it's kind of spring loaded. If you see the spring on it, it's actually really nice. So you'll have to push a little bit. So push it in and turn, and then it's locked. And that top will not come off. And then cord, we're gonna get that pulled out. I have my my plug-in over here just on the side of the island, so I scoot it over a little bit. And this part, this just sets on there very easily. I don't think it really, yeah, it just kind of basically just sits there. And then on this bottom part, there's a notch here that says yes or no. And when you put this bowl on, I'll show you. You slip this bowl, let me see here. So you're taking it and it has to go in a certain way, and you're taking it and you're sliding it all the way back until you can see that little yes. And you'll see it in the booklet too, that there is the yes and the no. So if it, in other words, like so if it's out, it's not going to put the flour in the mill. So you have to make sure that it's all the way back. Okay. So now I think I'm pretty much ready to run the first batch through. So let me get my my wheat berries measured out and my cornstarch put away, and then we're going to run the first batch through. Okay, let's get these opened up. I've had these dry canned for a while, and it can do 2 cups at a time, but the actual bowl, I believe, holds about 20 cups. Okay, looks good. That's about 2 cups, and then all you're doing is that you're putting it in the top. Okay, yeah, I can see that that's about all it can hold. And I'm kind of nervous, but rule of thumb is, let's see. So you put the 2 cups in, you are going to turn the top knob to 9 o'clock, meaning it's going to go, it starts out over on one side. So I'm turning it all the way to 9 o'clock, which is all the way to the end. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. So right here, so this starts all the way over on the right hand side. And so you're going to be turning this top knob all the way to 9 o'clock. So it's ending up over on this side. And then you're going to turn it on with the bottom, and you're going to just basically, let's see, counterclockwise to 9 o'clock, and then turn the dial, and then you adjust the feed rate. So as soon as you turn this on, the motor is gonna run, and then you just slowly adjust it all the way over to the end. So ready? Here we go. Okay, here we go. You want to wait that whole time. I know you're probably just hearing it right at the last few seconds, but it takes a little bit of time for this motor to turn off. and there's still just a couple little grains left in there. So now I'm going to unplug it before I take anything out. Just my safety, that's what I'm going to do. So let me zoom back, and then I'll pull out the bowl. Okay, this is the first 2 cups through my mill. And then hopefully it's easy to open again. Oh yeah, the cornstarch. Actually, before I do that, they say kind of to hit the top first so that the flour kind of gets off the top. Kind of forgot about that. Okay, so you take that off, and then they say to remove the silo cup, empty anything out there, and you can see that there's still quite a bit of flour on this. So they'd say to clean it off, dust it off, and oh my goodness, I'm so excited to have this in my life. I'm so tired of buying flour. I have quite a bit of flour to use up before I start actually grinding my own, but just to be able to do this and have your own fresh milled flour is amazing. So let's get a close-up view of this. I'm so proud of this. You can see, I mean, it's just like super fine. And I used hard red wheat berries. So it's going to be a little bit more tan because it's wheat, but I think it looks amazing. So unfortunately, this first one through does get dumped just because I think you're kind of using the mechanisms the first time and there might be oils and things on it. But yeah, this is super amazing. All right, so 2 cups at a time, which I had bought the organic hard red wheat berries online, and I've never really known what a wheat berry looks like, but this is what they look like. They just look like little pebbles, and I don't see anything that you have to sift, but I mean, I guess you could sift it and get it a little finer, but I don't think it needs, I mean, it looks like flour to me. So I'm in awe. I was a little nervous, but yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna get this video closed up and then get this cleaned up for the day. So there you go. I made my first batch of flour. We do have to discard it, but that's fine. And I opened up my new mill. I am beyond words how thrilled I am to be a little more self-sufficient in these kind of crazy times. Like I said, I've had my wheat berries for quite a while, and like I said, I don't know if you've ever really seen what wheat berries look like. They're really simple, and there's all different kinds out there, and have, you know, I kind of picked the middle of the road, something that I thought that we would like, but there's einkorn, there's white wheat berries, there's all different ones. So you can definitely pick your own. Also, besides the owner's manual that came with and the warranty, it actually came with some different recipes, and it tells you how to weigh things out as well. So I made 2 cups of wheat berries, which is the limit that can go into this machine. And it normally produces, so they say a 1 to 1.5 ratio. So 1 cup of wheat berries will produce roughly 1.5 to 2 cups of flour. So it's definitely going to be a little bit different using, you know, recipes, etc. And it just goes into really helpful tips and tricks, and it has the fun different recipes in there with using your own flour. So I just kind of put this in my Pyrex here so you can see it up close, and how wonderful is that? It is just amazing. So I appreciate you guys coming with. All right, my other super big tip and trick was using that cornstarch on the bottom bowl. That made it super simple to open up. You obviously saw me that I could not even open it at all right out of the box. So once you have that strong person, open it up. My husband, it took him a little bit. He kind of had to bang it a little bit to turn it. I suggest putting the cornstarch on, and at least for the first few times. So I washed everything up and I re-put a load of cornstarch on. So other than that, thanks for stopping by my little channel. And if you like videos like this is a little bit newer. I've never really done an unboxing before. Hit that like and subscribe, and I will see you next time on Christine's Routines. Take care and God bless. So I just thought I'd show you what we're up to today. I gotta get this together. Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Christine, and today we are going to be doing, what's this? What is this?